Dude, the rabbit means it's hairy, and the turtle means it's slow.
Oh my gosh.
He's coming upon me. See, you push it forward to make it go fast, and you push it back to make it go slow. And then you take this thing, you go like this. And the faster you go, the faster you have to turn it. I know because when I drive, my mom drives like that. It's kind of scary, but we make it sometimes. And then here, this is the airbag. The airbag shoots straight up to scare you, to tell you that you hit something, just in case you didn't already know. And if you didn't already know, then you probably have an issue. So that goes off if you have issues. This button turns on the eyeballs. See, the eyeballs are in the front, just like in cars. And you press this button to turn them on, and you press this button to turn them on. Here's the instruction manual. Caution, don't read the books in there. And then running over children backwards is bad. Or is that a Ninja Turtle? I can't tell. That means Android cyborgs are going to rule the world. So if you don't use caution while reading books, you'll run over baby children, and then the cyborgs will come to kill you. This thing changes the size of what children you were trying to run over. If you change it to 1, then the 1-year-olds is who you're trying to run over. 2 is for 2-year-olds. They're a little bigger, so you have to raise the blades. 3 is 3-year-olds, okay? People don't really want to run over 3-year-olds that much, but that's just in case, raise it a little bit higher. 4, it has this red thing because 4 is the most common that people want to run over. So it's like, hey, you can put it on this red button, and you can kill all the 4-year-olds you want. And you bring it up to 5 for 5-year-olds and 6 for Johnny, because he's 6.
He's 7.
Okay, whatever. If you look down here, this is the caution danger things. Okay, so here, if you run over children, the blade is red, so that means if you're running over children, use this one right here. See, because this is red on number 4 for 4-year-olds, and the blade is red, which means it's on 4-year-olds. So you have to run over the 4-year-olds, but you have to be careful when doing it. Don't put the 4-year-olds in your lap because they're in the wrong place. This is the correct position, okay? This is the wrong position. If you're running over 4-year-olds, they don't be in your lap. They have to be on the ground underneath your front wheel. This is just bad altogether. This is when the cyborgs come and they throw your lawnmower on top of you. That's for only if you use the wrong setting for running over 4-year-olds. Now this one we've already been over this one. That's the proper way to do it. This just tells you to make sure that you have it set on 4-year-olds if you're cutting off your fingers. Don't chase after the cyborgs, because the cyborgs will have it set on 1, and then they'll run you over, and they know the pressure points, bro. Here's some operator instructions, and then nobody listens to those. You just have to listen to these. If you look right here, this is something they call a brake. If you use this, it stops the process of running over 4-year-olds, so you don't use the brake ever. In here, this is where they keep the bones. It's locked, so you can't open it to see, because you're not allowed to see the bones in those, because if you do, they can get in trouble. Right here, this is where it tells you how many children you've run over. See, if you run over children, it'll go up by 1s. It'll be like 1, 2, 3, 4, and that'll be how many children you've run over. See this right here? Look, there's one right here too. This right here. Husqvarna. They call it Husqvarna because it's part husky and part Varna. The husky part is why they kill children, because you have to feed the huskies, and the Varna part, who knows what that means. these tires were engineered to have these tiny little things on them to pick up extra brains. If you look here, it has this extra wheel. That's so you can make sure you go over the baby heads. So you don't get stuck. This tells you that you can call them if you run over too many children and you need to have repairs done. That's what that is. Okay? This tells you this is the record for how many children the person with the record ran over, and it's 960450051, which is 960,450,051 children. That's the record. You have to be there or else you die. You see this thingy? This thingy? Alright, see this thing? That's what these are for. Alright, so this top one right here, this top one means you push it in like that, and that's how you get going. If you push it back, that's what happens when you break down. You have to pull it like that. You gotta push it. You gotta pull it. You gotta push it. And that's how you move it. They put it down here just in case the children survives, and they'll tell you, "Hey man, oh." They'll pull it, and then you can know you missed a child, and then you can just push it over them instead. You do this right here. This is where the battery pack is. It runs off the screams of children. This one's for the screams. It takes them and it runs through here. Okay? And then this one's for battery power. This one goes into the battery. This one comes out of the battery. This is the screams. This is the power to tell you. Okay.
You know the one we got that pulled around.
Okay, we're done.